The Prime Minister famously said, and I quote, "I no longer have dealings with the way our family fortune is managed." Good problem to have, Mr. Speaker. Unfortunately, because he's never had to balance a household budget, he thinks budgets balance themselves. He's not worried about costs because he makes others pay for his mistakes. The problem is that his never-ending deficits will sooner or later lead to higher taxes. Will he be honest with Canadians and tell them before the election how much taxes will go up and who will have to pay?
Prime Minister.
We know the members opposite don't understand anything about transparency and accountability, but I put my portfolio in a blind trust so that I can work on the responsibilities as a leader and indeed as a Prime Minister with impartiality. But it's interesting that they won't ask that same question in English that was just asked in French about giving to Quebec a single tax filing. I will always stand up to defend the interests of Quebecers and indeed all Canadians, but I was also stand up for what's good for Canadians and stand against pandering to the provinces.
Honourable member. Order. The honourable member for Carleton.
Blind trust. What the Prime Minister is asking of taxpayers is that they blindly trust him, that he can spend a great fortune, amass enormous debts, set on track permanent and growing deficits, and trust that no one will ever have to pay for it. Canadians do not have inherited family fortunes. They know that budgets don't balance themselves. Will he tell them the real cost that his taxes will impose on everyday Canadians after the election?
Prime Minister.
For 10 years, Mr. Speaker, the member opposite and the Conservative government under Mr. Harper kept giving tax breaks and benefits to the wealthiest Canadians in the hopes that that would lead to growth and opportunity for all Canadians. Well, it didn't. It failed miserably because under Stephen Harper, Canada had the worst growth record since the Great Depression. We made a different choice to lower taxes for the middle class, to invest in folks who needed our help with things like the Canada Child Benefit, the Guaranteed Income Supplement increase for seniors, the Canada Workers Benefit. These are the things that have made a difference.
Member for Carleton.
Well, isn't it funny to listen to a trust fund baby lecturing Canadians about being too rich?
That's right.
He says that people who take the bus are too rich and therefore should lose their transit tax credit. Soccer moms and hockey dads, Prime Minister says they're too rich, so he takes away their children's fitness tax credit. At the same time, he forces these same working class families to pay for his taxpayer-funded nannies. Will he put aside the hypocritical class warfare and tell us the true cost of his tax increases that he would bring in if he got re-elected?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we see proof that the Conservatives simply don't understand that low-income families don't benefit from tax breaks because they don't pay taxes. We have moved forward on investing directly in low and middle-income families with the Canada Child Benefit that will actually directly benefit them. We have lifted hundreds of thousands.
I ask the Honourable Opposition House Leader, I'd ask the Honourable Opposition House Leader and others, order. To come to order and not to be yelling when someone else has the floor. Order. The Right Honourable Prime Minister has the floor. For a few seconds.
Mr. Speaker, non-refundable tax breaks do not benefit low-income families. That is why we changed their way of sending tax breaks to millionaire families and instead give the money directly to the families who needed it.